Hey, what's up guys? It's your girl Collect Queen, and today we're actually in my garage. Well, we'll be outside the garage, but here's the garage. And I'm actually gonna do some installing. I have new mirrors, new grips, and also some new suspension that I'm pretty excited about. But before we start this video, I'm actually working on my bike today on Memorial Day. So I do want to thank all the men and women that have served or that is serving our country and fighting for our freedom still to this day. I do believe that you guys deserve more than just one day. You deserve every day. So I do want to say thank you. And if it wasn't for that, I wouldn't be able to work on my motorcycle and do the things I do now. So again, thank you guys for your service. But let's get back to the video, and let me show you guys some of the cool stuff that I ended up buying for the bike. First off, I hope you guys watched my last video to Leesburg, and I told you guys that I ended up dropping the bike because I'm an idiot. Even me riding for a long time, we still make mistakes, and I ended up dropping the bike to the point where I ended up messing up my mirrors. And I'm very weird about detail, and unfortunately one of my mirrors did get scratched up. So I got some new ones that I'm pretty stoked about. Let's see. Get these. They pretty much look the same as my other mirrors, except for their shaped a little different. I seen these and I was like, oh man, these are pretty sick. So yeah, I'll be installing those. I also got new grips. I ended up putting my bike in the shop because of the ignition switch, the key snapping in the ignition switch. Again, if you didn't see that, you might want to go back to my last video. But at the shop, my other grips that I have, the ends kind of screw off, and I ended up losing that. And again, I'm all about details, so I ended up getting these. And yes, they're not edge cut like my other ones, they're solid black, but that's fine. I decided to change the bike up a little bit, so and I did not spend a ton of money on these. I got these from Amazon special. But the next one that I got was quite not as bad, but still pricey. The best thing that I have ever bought for this Sportster is some new suspension, and I went with Progressive suspension. I have been looking at Progressive for quite some time since I actually got the bike, and they say that that's like literally the most important thing to do to your bike, especially a Sportster, is to change the suspension. So no, I'm not sponsored. I bought this with my hard-earned money. This is actually a little early birthday gift because my birthday is a week away, and I'm pretty excited about these. So, oh fancy. I went with the chrome because I do have chrome all over my bike. I think the black would have kind of off-put it a little bit. So yeah, I went with the chrome. These are 11.5 inch. These are the Progressive 412s. So yeah. those are the things we're installing today. So this is gonna be quite a long video, and this is my actually first installment of parts that I have had on this bike. I've installed plenty of other things, but this will be the first time I install something, multiple things. So get ready for it. We're gonna start with the simple things. We're gonna start with the mirrors and the grips, and then we'll work on the suspension. So I got a 13 wrench, and at the bottom, of course, is the bolt. As you can tell, the reason why I'm changing is there's so many scrapes, and when I went down, it bent the mirror and it bent it in, so it's not, I can't see correctly, which isn't good. I haven't changed these mirrors in so long. You don't mind all the love bugs, you know? We're in love bug season here in Florida, so it's crazy. I just washed the bike. Just washed the bike. Just freaking washed the bike. And I went out for a ride, not thinking anything of it, and I was getting pelted with love bugs. Like, a lot of them. They actually came late this year. Usually they're right on time in March. But they were late this year. But everybody knows that love bugs are man-made. Look at that. Got it off. See all the scrapes from when I went down, and yeah, that stuff kind of bothers me. I don't like pay attention to details. It's an OCD thing. Alright, here's the new one. So we got some washers. We got looks like a spacer. My last ones didn't have a spacer, so that's pretty tight. Huh. Got this little thing right here, this little gap. That's weird. Must go like that. We'll see. We'll see. I know how to put mirrors on, I promise. I think. Maybe just stick them in here. Yeah, see, that spacer ain't gonna work for me. I gotta take that spacer off. Some people, you know, they flip their mirrors upside down. I did it when I had my 48. I'm not gonna do this to this bike because it don't have the proper setup to me to flip mirrors. You can flip your mirrors. Some people in the comments are probably gonna be like, "Oh, you can flip your mirrors with anything." No, just it really depends on the setup. It depends on the bars you have, and I don't have the bars for it, so I'm just gonna do it the proper way. It's gonna look like Shrek. It's gonna Shrek ears. That's what I say. So what we're gonna do is now. I'm pretty sure this piece right here is supposed to make it look cleaner, really nicer, which it does actually. I'm not gonna lie, so I might put that on there. Put it on there, and then boom, tighten that bad boy up. Get it in the position you want it, need it, have to have it, and then just tighten it up. The last ones I actually did have difficulties putting them on because I was like just scratching them up, but so yeah. Here we go. just tighten them up to the best to your ability. Make sure them things don't move. And then you just flip your mirrors out. Wow. Those look actually really nice. Way better. I feel like they're a little bit bigger. I'll show you guys. Look at that. Compared to those. Oh man. Yeah, shouldn't move. Look at that. Nice and clean. No bugs on it. Wow. I'll have to, when I sit on the bike, adjust the mirrors. Adjust the mirrors so you can see. Be more vigilant, guys. And I'm gonna do the other one, but that's how you install some mirrors. Pretty easy, right? What you put on. I see a lot of people put on the van grips and stuff like that. That's yeah, nah. When I had my first motorcycle, my first 48. Oh, there we go. See? Wow, look how nasty that looks. We're actually gonna clean that up. It's a little gross in there. Blood, sweat, and tears put in this now. Wipe it off. Get your microfiber rag. And screw these little metal things. And then just sorry, I wasn't talking much. Trying to figure some stuff out, but yeah, look. Pow. These new grips. See, and they don't move. With the throttle, you gotta loosen up your cables. Get to it. So you can put these little metal pins in there, but I'll show you guys here. So we gotta go. So I had to replace my throttle cables a while ago. They were pretty rusty and pretty bad. So when I was replacing them, this right here, WD-40 is your best friend for a lot of stuff, and that's including your throttle cables. Spin it around. And there you go. Slide your boot down. And then again, the other one. Move it around. Slide down. Look. Now, some people are gonna be like, "Oh, why you put WD-40 in there?" Listen, it prevents it from rusting. It's a lubricant, so it prevents it from rusting. It helps you get the boot off and all that. So I use WD-40 to get my boots off when it comes down to my throttles. So when you want to replace your grip, you have to loosen your throttles. It's okay. When I first did it, it made me nervous too, because I did not want to screw it up. But you loosen it up and you can readjust your throttle right back, and I will show you how to do that too. Alright, so what you're going to do is you're going to take your 10 and 10 and you're going to just opposite loosen. And then you're going to take this little nut right here. Get you closer. This little nut right here. Bring it all down. Bring this one down too. Just loosen it up. No big deal. Same thing. So, the bottom is, or the top is your throttle, and the bottom is the snap back. That's the difference. So you're going to loosen these up all the way down. Not going to hurt. You ain't hurting nothing. And then you're going to take your cover off. This. Your switches. I gotta replace these screws because the other ones got ate up. Sometimes that happens with the bikes, is that these screws sometimes get sensitive and you end up having to replace them. Sorry, I'm gonna be going back and forth. So, anyways, so you wanna, you don't have to go to the hardware shop to get new screws. I typically just go to Ace Hardware and replace them. So, because it's just easier that way, cheaper that way. So you're gonna do the, like last time, unscrew the little bit of. Oh, I put these bad boys on pretty good. So I can add a little oomph to it. There we go. I don't know why I couldn't do that. Probably because of the WD-40 I had. Things get a little irky. So when I was putting my grips on the first time, oh man, I kept dropping the little metal things. It's horrible. And no, I'm not perfect, guys. Like, y'all are gonna see me just go back and forth. I'll try to edit out that as much as possible because I know that can be quite annoying. Anyways, you can remove your switch here. And as you can see, there's these little metal guys right there. If you can't see it. And you just gotta pop those out and put the new ones in. Let's see if we can get it. As you can see, I loosened it up, pull them out, boom, just like that. Make sure you don't lose this little metal piece right here. This is what holds your throttle into the new grip. So keep this in your pocket. If you got like a fancy little metal thing, put it on there. I don't know. And then you're gonna do the same thing with the other one. Now the other one might be a little tricky because I was able to take the throttle and bend it back, but might have to get a flathead. But yeah, you just flathead. Now that one you have to be careful. That's when the new grip has to come into play, because that one will snap back because it's so freaking loose or whatever, or so tight, that you gotta just be careful. So I probably should have. Oh yeah, no. These don't have the things on them, which is great. It's just the other one, which is fine. Okay, so I'll keep this new grip right by me. Okay. I'm gonna take the flathead, push this one out as far as possible. I'll be right back. Alright, so now we got it out. It took an act of Congress. I tried to keep that little metal piece in there. Now it's looking like it's falling. Sorry, I was getting a little frustrated. So make sure you have it like this. The wires have to fall into the place like this, the throttle cable. And yeah. It's a little frustrating. The back one always gets a little frustrating. Alright guys, so I'm sorry I had to turn the camera off. I was getting a little frustrated and needed some time to like process. But I finally got them on. Just make sure they're on there. Now it's just time to adjust it and make sure it's got that signature snapback that's supposed to have. So you gotta fiddle with these guys to get it to where it needs to be. Before you tighten everything. And I put these babies like low, like they're loose. Another way to know is how your throttle is opened. Over here, down here. It's open wide or not wide enough for where the air can get in. So let's put the bolts back in, maybe screws. Air filter opener here. There's a name for it, but I don't know. So it's half. You want it to be in the middle. You don't want it to be like here or not even closed. You want to make sure that it is absolutely 100% open, because that also determines your power in your bike, the airflow. You want to make sure you have it completely and utterly open. And see, you don't have that decent little snapback. So it tells you that it's either too tight and it takes a few times to adjust it to where it needs to be. Now again, I'm not a mechanic, so I don't really know. You know, there's a little bit of snap, but still gonna adjust a few things. And you just keep adjusting. Now that I got it adjusted to where it needs to be, you tighten everything and you just go the total opposite. Nice and snug. Make sure you still got a snap. And boom, just installed new grips. Let's move on to the shocks. here's the progressive shocks. Typically, it comes with some stickers, warranties, what you need for your year of your Sportster, the extra shit in here, and yeah. So usually I did, while I was restoring some memory on my GoPro, jack the bike up, strapped her down so she's good to go. You want to make sure that your wheel is slightly off the ground for this installment, because you really don't want to do suspension replacement while your bike is leaning. It would not work out. So we're gonna do this step by step. Everybody typically starts with the bottom of the suspension. You're gonna have a 3/4 wrench for the bottom, and then you're gonna have a T50 for both shocks. So you want to make sure you have this bad boy down and removing that. Take your time. Now some people might have theirs preloaded. I don't know about this bike. Apparently you can preload the stock shocks, but I never attempted that, because we all know Harley shocks, their stock shocks, just are not the best. So let's get size of the sweetie, which is I don't understand what the is. So okay, let's go. Oh, okay. Maybe the other way. This is why they tell you to make sure your bike is strapped down pretty good. Which maybe she's not strapped down as I thought. Just kidding, she is. Oh, there it is. Oh, that was painful. Yeah. That was painful. This one was worse than the bottom. Hell, the bottom was a lot looser. That's not good though. That's actually pretty alarming. Wow. This is this bolt's in here pretty good. Nice. Wow, it's a little crusty busty in there. Had some Loctite on it, which is what we're gonna do. Alright. Top and bottom. Must be a cover. Make it look cleaner. Probably was bought by the other owner. But as you can see, here's the difference. A little bit on the thicker side and possibly the shorter side. To be honest with you, I think they're the same height. Just, you know, whatever. So yeah, a lot thicker. Heavy duty right here, baby. Heavy duty. That's what I specifically asked for. It's time to change these out. I feel like. Alright, let's get the other one off. So I did jack it up a little bit, and as you know, they're not lining up. So we need to make sure we put the washers in. see. So we need to put these little eyelids in here, or in the eyelids, like that, so the bolts can fit nice and snug. And then that's how we'll do it. Because I got to be away from the wheel as much as possible. So, always make sure you got your washer in there. Now we have to make sure that we lower it to get it. It's going to take a few times to adjust to make sure you put the shock to where it needs to be. So I'm just going to lower it a little bit. Gotta go a little bit lower. That's good. Just a little bit. The reason why you want to make sure you get them in there right is because you don't want to thread it out, twist it out and stuff. It'd be bad to work. So you gotta hit it right in that spot, the sweet spot. You need to back up just a little bit. Should be good. Boom, just like that. Now, before we put these on, make sure you hit it with that Loctite. It's that good stuff, keeps them nice and tight. And don't go out on you. So that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna put a little Loctite on it. Start threading in there. Personally, it don't matter to me if you start with the top or the bottom. And slowly thread that in by now we gotta put this baby to the torque spec, which is 50 foot-pounds. Good. Next one. Alright. Put them in the eyelid. Eyelid. We got top bolt. So, putting this chrome piece back on. Alright, top, washer. Same thing with this bottom. This. And then, ladies and gentlemen, do not forget your Loctite. Very important. And you gotta lube it all the way up. It goes around the threads regardless. You gotta go crazy with it. Just enough to keep them babies tight. And then everything should line up. And boom. Start tighten this down. Oh my god. They look great. Compared to these, look at that. Oh man. Them's beefy. Woo, that was a lot of work. But I'm glad that you guys got to see me wrench on my bike for the first time. So that's how you install mirrors, grips, and new shocks. Even though it took an act of Congress to actually get those on, I got them on. Now it's time to test them out, and I'm probably gonna have to do like a preload to see where they sit comfortably and go from there. But I'm glad that you guys are here. Again, thank you to all the men and women that have served this country, and thank you guys for following and watching me, and I hope you guys like and subscribe to this video. And I'm Clutch Queen, and I'm gonna go inside and get some sweet tea. See ya.